So here we are again at the entrance to Ravne Tunnel Labyrinth here in Visoko, Bosnia, in the Bosnian Valley of the Pyramids. Kako ide?
Dobro je.
And we're just going to follow Minister into the labyrinth. Let's see. And we're going to see what we find in this incredible prehistoric tunnel built an estimated 34,000 years ago. Along with the pyramid complex itself as an integral part of the pyramid complex. So let's go find out what we can see. Now the lens, before we do that, let me just get a hard hat. I like to put because that's mandatory. I like the blue ones, so let's put a blue hard hat on. And that's good. Malo po malo, little by little. And as I was saying, the lens of this camera is going to fog up a little bit. And when I say a little, I mean a lot. But we'll have good footage for a minute or so. The tunnel is very warm in the winter, and interestingly cold in the summer, but it's always the same temperature. It's just that, you come in from a really cold outer environment in the winter like today, and you find that the tunnel is comparatively warm. Now let me just defog the lens. Hold on. Alright, let's briefly look at this incredible drywall. It's the first drywall that we come to on the right here in Ravne Tunnel. Now this entire tunnel was excavated of fill-in material. I'm going to show you what fill-in material is. But first I'm going to tell you the dates. The tunnel was built an estimated 34,000 years ago, at the same time as the pyramid complex here in Bosnia, in Visoko, Bosnia. And all pyramid complexes have tunnels associated with them. That's why Dr. Semir Osmanagic, who discovered the Bosnian pyramids, looked for tunnels, and he asked local children if they knew of caves or tunnels that they played in, and they said, yes, here's one over here. So there was this little tiny tunnel that you could sort of crawl on your belly through for a few meters. He excavated the fill-in material, the loose sand and gravel that was there, that had already partially been excavated, or by children, or just was excavated naturally somehow, and was not fully filled in, and therefore gave us a clue where the tunnel was. And he started excavating that fill-in material, and he saw that the tunnel had a rounded ceiling, and he knew that it was an artificial tunnel. It wasn't just a natural space in the conglomerate here. So let's look at what some of this fill-in material looks like. Let me just defog the lens one more time. Hold on. Alright, so I just defogged the lens, and because I want to get really clear footage of this, the difference between the fill-in material and the conglomerate, and then you've got the drywall too. So we've got the drywall, and we've got the fill-in material, which is behind the drywall. And the fill-in material is just loose sand and river stones, and here there's a hint of mud with it, but the mud is sort of distributed evenly around. And I'm just going to show you the two miners who are taking fill-in material out by wheelbarrow, and they are working at the very front of the tunnel, and that's pretty far from here. So it's about a little more than half a kilometer from here. But then we have the conglomerate itself, and the conglomerate is what the tunnel was dug out of, and the conglomerate was brought here. It's from a flood, and you can see the sort of topsy-turvy nature of the rocks, the little pebbles that are stuck in the sand here, compressed over tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of years, we don't know yet, compressed by the weight of the conglomerate itself. And you see the flood brought in this material, and then the ancients 34,000 years ago, and estimated 34,000 years ago, that's our best date so far, based on carbon dating of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun's the leaves we found in the between the cement blocks on the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. The ancients dug this tunnel, and the main tunnel is here. The wooden supports are modern; they are mandated by the government. One feels that the government's mandate is unnecessary, since the ancients knew how to build tunnels, and these wooden supports are superfluous. However, let's get back to the fill material now. You can see that the fill material is different from the conglomerate. And you see the edge there. The conglomerate is compressed and a different color than, in this case a different color than, sometimes it's the same color, than the fill material. So the fill material is loose. We can just stick a shovel in there and it's completely loose. In fact, let me just show you. I'll just do here. Well, let's see if I can reach that. I don't know if I can quite reach it. Well, let's just leave that for another time. But it's completely loose. You stick a shovel in and you take it out, and that's what they've been doing at the front of the tunnel. And that's what they did here in this main channel, this main tunnel, since 2006. And also volunteers came to help from 2010 on. So international help from volunteers who came to donate their time and labor. So after Semir Osmanagic and his volunteers and his workers for the nonprofit foundation Archaeological Park Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun Foundation had cleared this tunnel, they saw, well, oh, there's this side tunnel here with its drywall. What's that about? Who put a drywall here? And by the way, who filled in this whole tunnel with fill and material that he had to excavate? Who filled in this side tunnel with fill and material? If you're going to build a tunnel, why would you fill it in again? So what he found was, in a drywall like this, and we call them drywalls because they're dry stack stone walls, no mortar, no cement binding the stones. The stones are just stacked on top of one another without any binding material, and they're still here standing after this many years, an estimated 4,600 years. That's what the carbon dating of the material found in a dry stack wall, gave us. That's the date that was given us. So the original tunnel, built an estimated 34,000 years ago, was then filled in to the brim, and the side tunnels filled into the brim, and the side tunnels given dry stack walls to hold in the side tunnel fill material 4,600 years ago. The original tunnel was built by an unknown advanced culture 34,000 years ago, unknown advanced culture number 1, let's call them, and then 4,600 years ago, a long time after the tunnel was built, but a mere 4.5 millennia back in time from now, another unknown advanced culture, let's call them unknown advanced culture number 2, filled in the tunnel to the brim with loose sand and river stones, what Dr. Semir Osmanagic calls the fill-in material. Now, we haven't excavated, the foundation has not excavated this particular tunnel because Dr. Semir Osmanagic wants to pursue certain tunnels and not others based on their direction toward the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. This is this tunnel labyrinth here, and this is a true labyrinth that winds around, and there's so many side tunnels and branching tunnels, is 2.5 kilometers from the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. So this entrance is 2.5 kilometers from the pyramid, the main pyramid of the complex. So we know that there are tunnels underneath the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, and we expect the labyrinth here at Ravne to meet up one of the tunnels, or more than one of the tunnels here in the labyrinth, to meet up with the tunnels that go toward, or the tunnel that goes toward the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. And once we get to the pyramid by one or more tunnels, then we'll have a whole bunch of pyramids, a whole bunch of tunnels underneath the pyramid to explore. Because we know there are tunnels spiraling around the pyramid at depths between 10 meters and 350 meters. Because Klaus Dona did a satellite scan of the Pyramid of the Sun in 2011, and then another scan in 2014 with ground penetrating radar technology. And let me just defog the lens one more time. And these scans found that there are tunnels underneath the pyramid, and there are connecting tunnels to Ravne. So let me just defog the lens. We are now 130 meters into Ravne Tunnel Labyrinth, and there's another sign, tongue-in-cheek warning, because of course this warning means that it's something good is here. So it's supposed to be a little bit of comedy here in the prehistoric labyrinth. Schumann resonance area, 7.83 hertz. Electromagnetic field ideal for human physical, mental, and spiritual development. Once you get into the labyrinth, there are many healthy. The scientists have determined that this is an incredibly healthy place to be on many different levels scientifically. So I'm not going to go into those right now because I just woke up about an hour ago, so I don't want to hurt my brain too much with too many numbers. But I am really excited to see the progress of the miners on the new tunnel branch. Now you've seen many branches as we go, and so we could have followed any of those, but we're following this particular rightward branch because this is the one that leads to, and here's an orbs chamber, if you like orbs. There are many orbs in Ravne Tunnel. They've been filmed countless times, and photographed. So it's not just confined to the orbs chamber, you can find them anywhere in here. And of course orbs are also outside. But I'm not going to go into orbs again. There is a video on the Bosnian Pyramids YouTube channel called Ravne Energy Phenomena 2014. Ravne Energy Phenomena 2014, and that has orbs and other things in Ravne. Fascinating stuff. So we're almost to the work area, and as the crow flies, the labyrinth here at Ravne has made a little more than half of a kilometer of progress toward the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. But it's many more kilometers if you add up all the winding tunnels and passages that have been excavated. And of course you could also add in the tunnels that haven't been excavated, like this one, which leads to water. Let's just put a quick light on this. The last time I came in, I put a light down here because I've always wanted to see what's down here. And in fact, as one would expect, there's water. One expects water there because we know that if you dig down just a bit, you're going to find water here. The level of the tunnel floor is just a bit above the water. So, and then it extends back. And that's just a little hump that the ancients like to put in, and then there'll be more water behind that hump. So if you add all the winding passages, the length of them. It's way more than half a kilometer, but anyway, as the crow flies, we've made half a kilometer's worth of progress toward the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. It's really exciting. Now this tunnel, just a few weeks ago, miners were working this way, and here's another side tunnel that hasn't been excavated yet, and probably won't be. They came here and they were digging along, and suddenly it branched, so it went to the right. Let me just get my light out again. I had a really good light, but the battery died, and so I always had a good light on everything, and now I have to have this little manual guy. So that's one tunnel, and they started digging this way, and it went straight, but it also went right, so they sort of just dug out both, but then Semir decided he would prefer to dig to the left because it leads to the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. And so that's what they do. So they're pursuing this one instead of the other one. Oh, kako ide? Saturday. Wow, you guys are... Oh my gosh! Look at this! No. Oh no photo. This one?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna keep going on this way to see... Oh, okay, let me put a light on this. Let me see. Oh, I see. So there's two passageways now, because this was just going straight ahead last week, but now we also have a side tunnel this way, malo, a little bit, and you can see the roundedness of the ceiling in the conglomerate, but it looks like that ceiling goes straight down. In other words, that it ends there, and the ancients do that sometimes. They just stop their tunnels, and the ceiling comes down, and then we stop, because they stopped. Now, otherwise, we come along, and this is going southeast toward the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. Southeast, southeast, southeast. And we see, aha, interesting. So it goes low here. It looks like it stops. Let's go in a little bit more just to see how that works. Yeah, last week it looked like that too, and I thought they would just keep going along, that it wouldn't be a problem. I thought maybe it was going to go to the right. You can see the ceiling comes down. It's kind of hard to see, but the ceiling up there actually comes all the way down to the conglomerate ceiling comes down to the floor of the tunnel. And there's this other sort of excavated part here, meaning that the ancients excavated it for some reason, but it's only about a foot tall, so they didn't pursue that, and they're not going to pursue that, it looks like, because the ceiling comes down. However, there's always something. The ancients always gave us a way to get through, and Edo is standing guard. Let me just defog the lens again. Should I defog the lens? No, the lens is okay. So Edo is standing guard over the new Nova tunnel, and we will not film it because he doesn't want us to, under orders of Dr. Semir Osmanagic. Who knows what's in there? Aliens from Sirius? We don't know, but we're just gonna keep going on, and we'll just go. Thanks, Edo. Fala. And we'll just keep going this way, and we're gonna say that this is extremely positive, because whenever they sort of block off an area, and they don't have it officially blocked off yet, they just have Edo standing there. He didn't expect me to be coming with my video camera today, but he just happened to be there. Whenever they block off a tunnel to viewing, it means it's a scientific area, and they call it a scientific area. And what that means is that there's something really interesting in there that they need to figure out what it is. before, oftentimes like a megalith. And they did that with megalith K5. And there's many branching tunnels from that chamber that megalith K5 is in. And the megalith itself is as big as your living room. I mean, it's clearly poured there. It wasn't brought in. It's an artificial megalith, like most of the megaliths in Ravne, and ceramic, and poured there on site. And so for a while it was cordoned off so they could study it, figure out what the heck it was and what was going on. And there were so many different tunnels in there, and also a water channel branching off. So this is January 16th, 2014, here in the heart of Ravne Tunnel Labyrinth. And this is Jock Doubleday reporting for the Archaeological Park Foundation. Have a scientific day.